I know it's later than I normally upload videos, but tonight being Witching Night, I think is what it's called, tomorrow being Halloween, I thought I would make an exception. I'm going to upload one of these tonight and maybe one or two tomorrow, followed by my live stream of Outlast. I know it's a deadlock right now. Hell, I might do Evil Dead and Outlast. But what I'm going to do tomorrow, I think I might do it around maybe five or six. I'm going to stream Outlast. I love these ghost videos. I can't get enough of them. No matter who does them, I can't get enough of them. Before I get going, be sure to subscribe. It helps me out so much. Patreon is in the description down below. Alright, slap ham. I did skip the intro.
On the 30th of June 2014, 28-year-old Lars Matank and a group of friends went on a holiday to the seaside resort of Golden Sands in Bulgaria. During his stay, Matank got into a fight with a group of rival football fans and suffered a ruptured eardrum. He was then advised by a local doctor not to fly until his ear had fully healed and was unable to return home with his friends. Alone, Matank checked into a cheap hotel in the area. After just one night, he began to act very strangely. He sent a text message to his mother telling her that he didn't feel safe and that she should cancel his credit card. He also told her that he was hiding from 4 men who were following him. Apparently fearing for his safety, Matank then headed to Varna Airport where the security camera captured him entering. A few minutes later, Matank can be seen running from the airport and into the parking lot. He was then seen climbing a fence and running through a meadow and into the nearby woods. Matank was never seen again, and it was never discovered who or what he was running from at Varna Airport. To this day, Matank's disappearance remains a mystery.
Interesting.
This footage began surfacing around the middle of 2016. It shows a woman browsing items in a shopping mall. When an item mysteriously falls behind her, she turns and replaces it on the shelf.
Okay.
As soon as she replaces the item, she begins to act very strangely, almost as though an unseen force takes control of her body. She drops her shopping and begins to writhe uncontrollably. After falling to the floor, 2 other shoppers notice the woman. As one comes to her aid, the woman lets out a guttural scream. By this time, the commotion has attracted several other shoppers. She lets out yet another scream, this one more intense than the first.
I don't buy it.
The screams seem to have
She's
the power
acting.
to push the onlookers back. As the man in black attempts to restrain her, the other onlookers gather closer. The woman begins calming down, but then suddenly she lets out one final almighty yell. This time it has the force to move objects in the store as well as cause the security camera to flicker. The other customers then help the woman to her feet and
This
escort
was
her
for
away.
something, I think. This was definitely for something.
This mysterious footage was recorded in 2003 from the CCTV of an unknown hotel. A member of the hotel staff is sent to investigate screams coming from room 209, which was thought to be empty at the time. As the man approaches the door, the screaming can be heard over the footage.
No.
What's going on, John?
Fucking absolutely not. No.
The voice of another member of staff can be heard advising the man to wait before entering the room as the police have been notified and are on their way. However, the man
I mean, even if that was not something paranormal, if you walk by somebody's room, you're alone, and you hear screams like that, my first thought would not be, oh, I'm going to go in. No. Call the police. Call the military. Call Wolverine. Call whoever you need to call. When they all get here, then I will go in.
Decides to enter the room anyway.
No.
Shortly after he enters, some sort of ghostly figure can be seen escaping down the hallway before the hotel lights begin to flicker.
Nope. Absolutely not.
When the man exits the room, he appears startled. He says there was no one in the room, however all the furniture was turned upside down, the carpet was ripped up and the shower was running. The video abruptly ends without an explanation on what was happening in room 209.
See, shit like that, I believe, because it's security cam footage. Like, I don't know, there's just something about, like, something that is extremely, extremely hard to doctor. It is so unbelievably hard to doctor security footage.
Was it a ghost or just a prank?
Mm-hmm.
If it was a prank, then how do you explain the ghostly figure seen leaving the room?
Imagine the possibilities with
Yeah,
the new
imagine
Lotto
them.
649, with 2 jackpots on every ticket.
On the 14th of October 2009, 2 witnesses
Oh,
claimed
I've
to have seen
seen
a
this.
large triangular-shaped object hovering above a hotel they were staying in at the time. The pair reported the
Yeah,
strange
okay,
occurrence
yeah,
to
I
the
have
authorities, and a
seen
short
this.
time later, 2 mysterious men dressed in black suits visited the hotel
This video was everywhere.
To the authorities, and a short time later, 2 mysterious men dressed in black suits visited the hotel looking for the witnesses. This footage from the lobby security camera of the hotel shows the men walking into the building. The men asked to speak to the guests that had witnessed the event, but were told by staff that they were no longer there. The staff members that spoke to the men said that they were very pale and had no eyebrows or eyelashes, and that they looked completely identical. One female staff member even said that they looked as though both men's hair was fake, as if they were wearing wigs to cover the fact that they were bald. The staff member also claimed that both men had very large, deep blue eyes, and that the entire time they spoke, they never blinked once. If you look closely at the footage of the 2 men entering the hotel, you can see the man on the left appears to be having trouble keeping his feet straight as he walks.
Okay.
Did the guests witness some kind of
Interesting.
alien spacecraft above their hotel? And were these the mysterious men in black that have been reported to appear after many UFO sightings? If so, were they top-level government agents sent to assess the case, or could they have been aliens looking to erase any knowledge of their existence? On the 31st of January 2013, 21-year-old Eliza Lamb disappeared while staying at the Cecil Hotel in downtown LA.
Isn't it Elisa? Is this the
Lamb,
one with
a
the
student
elevator?
At the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, was travelling at the time of her disappearance, and the alarm was raised after she failed to contact her parents the day she was scheduled to check out of the hotel.
They found her in the, like, I guess the water tank thing on top of the hotel. Is that this one?
When the police failed to locate Lamb, they decided to release the video footage of an elevator security camera in the hotel in an effort to collect more information. In the footage,
Or she went up onto the roof and opened the hatch of it or something?
hotel in an effort to collect more information. In the footage, Lamb can be seen moving
Yeah.
very strangely, as if she's hiding from someone or something. She can be seen entering the elevator calmly before pressing several of the buttons on the panel. She then stands back and seems to wait for the doors to close.
That's a small-ass elevator.
Suddenly, she lunges forward and looks down the hallway before standing up against the wall.
Okay.
She then exits the elevator before returning, pressing more buttons on the panel. She exits the elevator one final time and can be seen communicating with something before wandering off down the hallway.
That's not... No, that's not normal behavior.
When the footage was released publicly, it went viral. In the first 10 days, it received more than 3 million views and 40,000 comments on the Chinese video sharing site Youku. Many of the viewers said they found the footage unsettling and difficult to watch. Shortly after her disappearance, hotel guests began complaining of black...
Yeah, she was in the water tank, or whatever it was, the water tower thing on top of the hotel.
Strange tasting water and low water pressure. When the maintenance staff went to investigate, they discovered the body of Eliza Lam floating inside one of the water tanks.
Yeah.
Despite a thorough police investigation, several inconsistencies of Lam's disappearance has never been answered. The autopsy report deemed her death to be accidental. However, the police noted that the 8-foot-high tanks, which were located on the roof of the hotel, were only accessible with a key and almost impossible to enter without a ladder. Many theories have attempted to explain Lam's disappearance, from murder to the supernatural. Her death has even been noted for its eerie similarities to the 2005 horror film Dark Water. In the film, a mother and daughter move into a rundown apartment building with a dysfunctional elevator. Discoloured water eventually leads them to the water tank on the roof, where they discover the body of a girl who's been reported missing a year earlier. To this day, the fate of Eliza Lam remains a mystery.
Balderson has been masterfully aging our delicious cheese with the same time and care for over 140.
This mysterious video was taken on a road in Qingtai, China. As the two white vans approach the intersection, something very strange happens. Suddenly, the two vans lift into the air and get pushed backwards, almost as though a very strong gust of wind picks them up and lift into the air and get pushed backwards, almost as though a very strong gust... Suddenly,
and that car, the car on the right of them, same thing happens.
Lift into the air and get pushed backwards, almost as though a very strong gust of wind picks them up and shakes them out. What could have happened to these vans? What sort of strange force has the power to lift two vans into the air with such ease?
What the hell? What?
This footage was taken from a dash cam somewhere in Russia. As the traffic is driving along, the semi-trailer suddenly begins to swerve, nearly colliding with oncoming traffic. At first, it's difficult to see why the truck swerves, but then the answer becomes apparent. A man wearing what looks to be a lab coat seems to appear out of nowhere. Several theories have attempted to explain this bizarre event. It's been suggested that the man could be a scientist from the future who miscalculated a time travel teleportation. If you look closely, however, you can actually see the man crossing the road in front of the truck. What is difficult to explain, however, is the relaxed and almost robotic reaction the man has after his near-fatal miss. He simply turns
but like, I mean, that could be masking and stuff,
in front of
but
the truck.
like...
What is difficult to explain, however, is the relaxed and almost robotic reaction the man has after his near-fatal miss. He simply relaxed and almost robotic reaction the man has after his near-fatal miss.
Yeah, if he's in front of the truck, like...
However, is the relaxed and almost robotic reaction the man has after his near-fatal miss. He simply turns, puts his hand...
Like, even the, I don't know what it's called, but like the wind from the truck. Or like the almost getting hit, because there's no way, no part of that truck at least clipped him or touched him. There should have been at least some sort of reaction. Okay.
Reaction the man has after his near-fatal miss. He simply turns, puts his hands in his lab coat pockets and calmly walks off down the road. Why was this man attempting to cross the road in the first place? There seems to be nothing but empty fields on the other side.
And there's no way a truck driver is so, like with an emergency like that, just perfectly swerve around him, being inches away from touching him, and nothing happened.
What do you think is happening in this video? We'd love to get your opinion.
Creepy.
Let us know in the comments section below. This mysterious video was posted in 2014 by a man known only as Ted, who claims to have been a police officer since 1983. After responding to a domestic disturbance in Delray, Detroit, Ted says he heard some strange noises coming from a neighbouring house, so he decided to take a closer look. As he approaches the house, which appears to be burnt out and abandoned, the officer pans the camera towards an old newspaper clipping before calling out to see if anyone's inside. Suddenly, a ghoulish face appears in the upstairs window before disappearing into the darkness.
Do you have gas and matches handy? Think it's time to use them.
Into the darkness.
Nope.
It's later revealed in the video that the article that the police officer found was about a woman named Rose Verez, who was known as the Witch of Delray. Verez was thought to have murdered up to 12 men in the 1930s, however her neighbours were too scared to testify against her because they believed she had supernatural powers that could make their children sick.
That's fair.
Could the ghostly face that the police officer saw in the window of this burnt out old house be that of the infamous Delray Witch?
That's very fair.
In 2015, a CCTV camera in a Taiwanese alleyway captured this unnerving and creepy footage. As the heavy rain pours down, a man can be seen walking down the alleyway towards his parked motorbike. Just as the man reaches his bike, a young girl in a red dress mysteriously appears alongside the parked van at the opposite end of the alleyway. As the footage continues, a motorbike can be seen riding past in the background. If you take a closer look as the bike passes, however, you can see the wheels of the bike through the little girl's head.
Is that...
What makes this video even creepier is the fact that in Taiwan there's an urban legend known as the Girl in Red. A ghost of a young girl dressed in a red dress that stalks...
Is it though? It doesn't look like that car's on, but could that be from the brake lights? I don't know, I'm not seeing the shape of a girl there.
And haunts her victims.
I don't know.
This video was filmed in a hospital in Guadalajara, Mexico. It shows an orderly laughing and joking around for the camera when suddenly a mysterious dark figure walks by the window.
Okay, before I go any further, because it is almost over. The creepiest fact, well, I guess not a fact, but like theory, is there are no such things as ghosts. What we're seeing is like, I forget what they even called it. Like a rip in like the fabric of time, or it was something like that. But we're not seeing ghosts. We're seeing whoever we're seeing, the doctor in this case, doctor, nurses, whatever. We're seeing them alive and doing their thing in their own time. We're ghosts to them. Because the time, the fabric of time or whatever, has been ripped or folded. So it's not actually a ghost. That's why we can't ever really catch them. Because, like, let's say there's a ghost, like, from a hospital from, like, the 1930s or whatever. There's an old nurse ghost there. She's not a ghost. That's legit the nurse in the 30s just doing her thing. We're just seeing, like, time kind of be bended. I think that's what it was. It was something similar to that. But back in the 30s, when they see ghosts or whatever, they could be seeing us do their thing, do our thing. I read that and it's like, that fucking changes everything. Because now when I see a ghost, it's like, am I seeing through time? I don't know. It might not be anywhere near the truth, but I saw it or I read it and it was like, that is friggin' life-changing. I actually have the, I guess the picture or the quote or whatever. I actually have it saved in my phone. Ghost in operating room.
As the person holding the camera rushes to investigate, the two open the door and head into what appears to be an operating theatre. Suddenly, a table begins to move for no apparent reason.
Yeah, and the things moving, like, that could be a surgeon from like the 40s or 50s. He just washed his hands, now he's moving the sink out of the way. It's just shit like that. I still think ghosts are very real. At my old house, I don't know if this was paranormal or if it was just some fucking psychopath. If it was a psychopath, I'm pretty sure we knew who it was. But at my old house, we had, like, the way my house was structured, you walk in the front door, you would walk through the living room, down the hall, and my band's old room, I switched the bedrooms, so the band, or the room we would practice in, would be at the end. We came home one night, me and I guess two of my other bandmates and one of my bandmates' girlfriends was there. He went to go grab something from the back, like from the band room. And I'll tell you, this guy did not get scared. Nothing fucking scared this guy at all. That was, I think, the first and only time I saw him scared. We were all sitting in the living room. He went back to, like, grab a pedal for his guitar or something like that. And I heard the footsteps, just down my hall. And he came out and the color of his face, the expression he had on his face. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. I will never fucking forget this. Because when he went into the back room, all the lights were off because he knew where his pedal board and everything was. He said, there's someone looking through the fucking window. I saw it. We all jumped up. We ran outside. Apparently they saw him run away, but on top of him not being scared, this was the fastest person I have ever met. You could have 100-foot head start in a foot race on him. He's going to run you down in about 2-3 seconds. He couldn't catch him. When he got up to the street, because apparently he hopped through the backyards, my neighbor's backyards, got to the road and he was gone. I don't know if it was paranormal or if it was some psychopath. But if it was just a normal guy, if it was just a guy looking in the window, that would not have scared him. I've seen him take on groups of 4 people and not even break a sweat. But yeah, I never saw it. He saw it. And then a few weeks before, my mom saw the exact same thing in her window. Because our back banister, or our back deck, there was a little 3 set with a rail, and then it was the deck. Apparently she saw this thing, or this person, whoever the hell it was. She came home from work and she looked through the window, and obviously it terrified her. The next day she said she saw someone standing there on the deck, just like this. Did I fuck that up? Is my mic still on? Yeah. She said the guy was just leaning on the banister of the deck. Just like that. No. No, thank you.
The startled pair quickly leave the room, and as they do, the camera holder does a full 360-degree sweep of the room. There's no one else in the room and no other door that the mysterious figure could have entered or exited from. What was this shadowy figure? Could it have been the ghost of someone that passed away in this very operating room?
Surgeon from the 30s.
In 2015, a floating city appeared in the clouds.
Oh, I've seen that. Okay. They tried to explain it away. It's like
above Foshan in the Guangdong province of China. It was witnessed by thousands of people, and footage of the mysterious city in the clouds even made the Chinese news. Many theories tried to explain the strange city in the sky. Some said it was part of a top-secret NASA-funded project known as Project Bluebeam, technology that can reportedly project large-scale holograms into the clouds. Others speculated that it could have been a doorway to an alternate reality that opened for just long enough to allow stunned onlookers to get a glimpse of another world. It wasn't the first time a city in the clouds has been spotted either. In 2011, this footage was taken in Huangshan City in China's Anhui province. What do you think these mysterious cities could be? Are they an optical illusion, government testing, or a gateway to another world? Let us know in the comments section below.
Well, that's the end of the episode.
Okay. He is so good too. I'm gonna do, I think it's called, tomorrow I'm gonna do Depths of Despair. I'm definitely gonna do Nukes again because he's the best of the best. And I know it's late, I apologize. But tomorrow I'm gonna be releasing them hopefully earlier. For now, that's it. That's all. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you again real soon. I'm gonna call Sam and Dean. Later.